In some ways, FTL is the perfect game for me. A lot of my leisure time is spent on the couch with my wife, rubbing either her legs or feet as we sit together after dinner. Because one hand is dedicated to wife duty, the amount of video games I can play is pretty low. I need a game that can be played with one hand, can be paused at any time, and doesn't move too fast. FTL checks all of those boxes. Now, I actually played this way back on release, but due to wife life, I was thinking about how perfect it would be to play it again. After all, the reason I stopped playing it years ago is because I was ramming my head against a wall. FTL is a spacefaring roguelike where you need to cross the galaxies to get to the end and defeat the evil Federation. And with that, I must say, good fucking luck, hotshot. It's not that traveling through space is hard in and of itself, but there's a push and pull of two things making your journey difficult. The forces and events you encounter along the way will wear you down bit by bit, and you need to be constantly improving your ship to fight bigger and badder opposition. Survival is not enough. You need to be constantly winning and evolving. There are so many angles to how your ship operates. Gotta have someone piloting the bird. Better make sure the weapons room is manned for faster reload times. Ah fuck, that laser started a fire. Better seal it off and open the airlocks to drain the oxygen to put out the fire. Jesus Christ, that attack knocked out only 1 bar of power to our drone room, but that was enough to take our drones offline because they need 2 bars of power to operate. So much of this game is putting out fires, sometimes literally, or building metaphorical fire resistance. But that's the fun. It happens at the perfect pace where you can feel the tension of things starting to get out of control, but because you can always pause the action and give commands, you never feel fully overwhelmed by what's going on. It gives you the tools to stop, breathe, and keep on keeping on, then test your skills in actually paying attention enough to pause and take care of things. I love that balance because you both feel in control and spiraling out of it, but never an extreme of either that would tank the game into outright stress. Oftentimes when I lose a run, it's because either myself or the ship I've been worn down long enough over time, and my destruction seemingly comes out of nowhere. You can only heal normally at shops, so you stop paying attention to the health bar as much because you can't really interact with it most of the time. And despite that tension I described, that constant attempt to maintain your grip on the situation, the presentation of FTL makes the game a calming experience. There's nothing bombastic about the displays of combat. It's almost mechanical. Lasers don't have huge flaring lights to them. Missiles don't explode with concussive sound. There is a deliberate muting of the elements to help you examine what's happening in the wireframe instead of being wrapped up in the fantasy of a rebel ship dodging and weaving enemy fire. This translates to the soundtrack as well. There are some more action-y songs, but the majority of the music has this pensive and atmospheric soundscape of deep space. Every time the main theme of Star Cruise kicks in, you feel it. You feel so small, so alone, so peaceful. Like you are just a simple part of this infinite expanse, and that's okay. For a game so difficult, it's impressive that it can be this relaxing. Because as noted earlier, this game is fucking bonkers difficult. It is maybe just a bit too difficult on normal difficulty. Now, there isn't easy, and I'm glad it exists, but it's not for me. Even if normal stomps my nuts a little more than I would like, I enjoy there being a challenge. I see it as accepting that I have not learned enough of the game yet, that I am missing some key strategy, and I need to keep playing and experimenting to see what my missing pieces are. However, this, for me, sometimes runs perpendicular to the roguelike parts of the game. If I get, say, 3 sectors deep and I have not upgraded my ship enough yet, I will just scrap the run. A lot of that does feel like luck, which makes it come off like I'm just delaying the inevitable if I don't reset. I've never had an experience where I was able to survive 4 sectors in and get lucky enough to power scale my way back into the game. If you aren't winning by then, you are most definitely losing. It's also maybe a bit of a bummer that you only start with 2 ship types and you have to beat the game to unlock more. Again, a feat that is fucking Herculean, but I'm going to be charitable enough to chalk that one under, hey, more replay value for me. even if the majority of my runs go nowhere. If beating the Federation has a higher chance of happening in my dreams than in the game, FTL shines because it is structured and paced in a way that perfectly fits what I want out of a video game in my life right now. I love it. I spent a lot of time playing it this year, and when I grow tired of it, I will try to find something similar to what it was doing to replace it with.